Thanks for everything. From now on, it's up to you guys. What? I thought it was a regular thank you for everything you do, but I was in for a surprise. I've been supporting you guys until today. I deserve to be free, don't I? What are you talking about? It was utterly nonsensical. He says he's been supporting us, but I work too, and I even earn more than my husband. I'm tired of you too. You used to be young and beautiful, but now you're just used up. What are you saying? And those kids are creepy. I never know what they're thinking. Don't talk about our children like that. Are they really someone else's kids? Tell me the truth. I raised my fist, but stopped myself. This man isn't worth it. So, you want to leave, is that it? You're quick to catch on. That helps. Laughing loudly, my husband left the house. A few days after he left, the divorce papers arrived. Did the divorce papers arrive? Yes, just now. Good. Then you should file them today. I'm planning to remarry. She's 17 years younger than you and a beautiful woman. Good for you. Aren't you surprised? After everything you've said and done, there's nothing surprising. Well, anyway. See you. The call ended. He didn't mention the kids at all. That only intensified my anger. But my husband's outrageous actions didn't end there. A week later, I received a notice of his remarriage and an invitation to the wedding. I thought to myself, what a terrible man. Then, after seeing this all, the children came up with a plan. I see. He's got some nerve, huh? Are you going, Mom? Who would go to that man's place? Right? Then, the two of us will go. What? Don't worry, Mom. We'll cause a big scene and avenge you. If you do that, you'll be in trouble. It's okay. We have a plan. Seeing the two of them smile excitedly, I felt a chill. After all, they are twins with an IQ of 140. Maybe my ex-husband was afraid of their intelligence. I made up my mind. I trust you too. Just make sure you hit him where it hurts. Yeah. Their breathing was perfectly in sync. On the day of the wedding, the two of them would show a performance beyond my imagination. My name is Mary, and I turned 47 this year. I work as a manager at a small local company. My husband, Mike, and I have twins named Tommy and Daisy. Mike and I were classmates in high school and reconnected when we were 25. We didn't interact much in high school, but we happened to go out for drinks one time. And I was drawn to his brightness and carefree spirit. Really? I had no idea. Yeah, but back then, there were always so many people around. We hardly got the chance to talk. I see. Apparently, he had a crush on me in high school. But I never thought of myself as someone who got a lot of attention back then. That's why I never thought I'd get to meet you again. By the way, where have you been all this time? I was in New York, but I feel more comfortable here. Right. I also started working here right after graduating. Our reunion led us to start going out for drinks often. And it was inevitable that we would start dating. I was happy with Mike's enthusiastic approach, and I hoped we could stay together forever. Will you marry me? Of course. I'll make you happy, I promise. He proposed a year after we started dating. Our marriage was problem-free, and we enjoyed happy days together. The significant event that would change our lives happened when I was 29. We had twins, a boy and a girl. We named the boy Tommy and the girl Daisy and cherished them. Due to work, the twins spent a lot of time with my parents. But it wasn't until they started kindergarten that we began to see their potential. Thanks for always taking care of them. Mary. Come here for a moment. My mother seemed quite excited. Following her, I saw that she was writing in a notebook. Peeking over, I saw neatly written alphabets and even multiplication tables. What's this? I just tried teaching them, and they picked it up instantly. And not just one of them, both of them. Maybe it's because they're twins. I felt a bit uneasy. Speaking gently to them, I said, "You both are amazing. Grandma taught us. It's really fun." "That's wonderful. You two are incredible." I hugged them. "What's wrong, Mom?" "That is too tight, Mom." "Oh, sorry. I just got so happy." "Let's go home." I wanted to tell Mike about this immediately. "I'm home." "Welcome back. What made you so happy?" "These two might be geniuses." "What do you mean?" I explained what happened at my parents' house, showing him the notebook. "Seriously? And it was just from one lesson by my mom." "You might be right. They might be geniuses." "Absolutely." Following that, we taught them various things at home. Before starting elementary school, they had mastered addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. As well, their reading level surpassed that of the fourth grade students. Just before graduating from elementary school, their teacher made a suggestion. It might be worth looking into. "I see. There are free tests available online now." "Thank you. I'll try that." I was eager to have them take the test immediately, but Mike seemed reluctant, despite previously boasting about them. "Why bother with that? Don't you want to know? What's the use in knowing that?" From this point on, a disagreement began to emerge between Mike and me regarding our children and the way we raise them. Eventually, I had the children take the test. The results were astonishing. Both of them have an IQ over 140. Huh. So we're pretty amazing. Isn't this normal? What are you talking about? This is very impressive. Calm down, Mom. To think I was told to calm down by elementary school students. Then, Mike came home. "Let's tell Dad too." "Yeah." They rushed to Mike. "Hey, look at this." Tommy showed him the printout of the results. "IQ 140? Say something nice to them." However, Mike remained silent. "Isn't there something to say?" I'm going to take a bath." From then on, Mike began to intentionally avoid the children, which became more apparent as they grew. The clear conflict with Mike occurred when the twins were preparing for high school entrance exams. Any nearby school would be fine. These children have tremendous talent. We should choose a place where they can grow those talent. I'm going to be frank, being too smart makes them unappealing. What? I couldn't hold back at this remark. Is that how you've been seeing our children? You're a bit strange too. Strange? I don't understand what you're trying to do. There were lots of things I wanted to say to Mike at this moment. You know what? It's okay. We don't care about which high school. Tommy's right. We don't care. It's not about that. He's belittling you. Being called unappealing was infuriating. Mike ignored my words and walked out of the house. From then on, our family's relationship began to crumble even more. In the end, the twins decided to attend the high school nearby. Likely because they were being considerate towards me and Mike. All I could do was watch over them. After they started high school, Mike barely spoke to them anymore. You hardly ever talk to them these days, do you? I talk to them when it's necessary. Even so, Besides, lately, they seem to look down on me. That's not true. No, they're mocking me. Despite my attempts to encourage Mike to communicate more with the twins, it was all in vain. Mom? Are you okay? Yes, I am. You don't seem fine. Just wondering how things ended up like this. About Dad? Yes. But. No, it's nothing. Do you still love Dad? That's quite an out-of-pocket question. Just curious. I don't fully understand what the kids are thinking. But they are my beloved children. Mike is just running away from everything. I wanted to do something about it. As the twins entered their second year of high school, Mike's behavior towards children changed even more. He didn't just stop talking, he started avoiding coming home. He would return late on weekdays and leave early on weekends. What have you been up to lately? What do you want me to say? You come home late, and last weekend you were out all day. It's my business, what I do. Who do you think supports this house? That's not the point. I'm the one supporting this family. What are you trying to say? Don't you get it? Is this the woman I admired in high school? Although I'm not usually quick to anger, this time I was really irritated. Since we're being honest, I never thought you'd turn out to be this kind of man. What? Say that again. I'll say it as many times as you want. You were a much better man when we first met. Mike stood up from the sofa and approached me in the kitchen. What? Suddenly, without giving me a chance to dodge, Mike slapped my cheek. Shocked by the force, I stumbled and hit my head on the corner of the refrigerator. My consciousness blurring. The last thing I saw before losing consciousness was Mike looking at me with contempt. The next thing I knew, I was awakened by voices calling me. Mom? Are you okay? With Tommy's help, I was seated on the sofa. What happened? I just fell over. I lied instinctively. Perhaps deep down, I hoped for Mike to return to the kind person he once was. Despite his words and actions, I clung to that hope that our family could return to days filled with laughter. Tommy. What are you doing? Daisy approached, seeing Tommy and me. Calm down. I didn't do anything. Tommy explained the situation to Daisy. Does that mean? Tommy placed a hand over Daisy's mouth to stop her from speaking further. Ouch, Tommy. Tommy shook his head, and Daisy, sensing something, quieted down. For now, Mom should rest. Yeah. She might have a concussion. But there's still so much to do. Trying to stand, I stumbled. See? Leave the rest to us. All right, I'll go rest then. Mike was not in the bedroom. He seemed to have disappeared again after the incident. As I lay down and closed my eyes, I could hear the children talking outside the door. But I couldn't make out the specifics of their conversation. Eventually, I fell asleep. The next morning, I was awakened by Mike's loud voice. Although my head still hurt a bit, I didn't seem to have any serious injuries by the looks of it. I headed towards the direction I heard him. In the living room, Mike was shouting about his missing cell phone. Finally awake, huh? Where's the phone that was here? How should I know? Help me look for it then. As the kids woke up, rubbing their eyes, they joined us. What's all this noise so early in the morning? I woke up because of the loud voices. Your father's phone is missing. A phone? Daisy, do you know? No idea. I didn't even know when he came back. Right? Just look for it. Mike seemed unusually panicked over the missing phone, but despite our efforts, it was nowhere to be found. Then, Tommy spoke up. found it under the sofa. After moving the sofa, the phone was indeed there. Look at the time. I'm leaving now. Bye. After confirming Mike had left the house, Tommy and Daisy were seen laughing. Did something funny happen? No, not really. Just thought it was funny how panicked he was. At that moment, I had no idea that the seemingly mundane task of looking for a phone could lead to such a situation. Come on, you two will be late. Hurry up and eat. Okay. Mike seemed uninterested in the children as always. Perhaps to spare my feelings, the children refrained from bringing him up in conversation. As life went on, the twins became juniors in high school. And the time for college application approached. Today's the day the report card comes out, right? Yeah, want to see? The results Tommy showed me were all A's. As expected. Well, this was easy. Not sure about Daisy, though. I won't let that comment slide. Oops, didn't realize you were behind me. Daisy had just walked into the living room. Just so you know, I got all A's too. They truly were children to be proud of. But don't push yourselves too hard. We're fine, right? Yeah. If it's for Mom, studying is no big deal. I had been secretly saving money for their college tuition because I knew I couldn't rely on Mike. I always deposited part of my salary into a secret account every month. But then I noticed something alarming. The account, which should have contained several thousands of dollars for the twins' tuition, had been completely emptied. What? The withdrawal date was a week ago, the day Mike said he was visiting his parents' house. I immediately called my mother-in-law. Hello? Is this mother-in-law? Mary? What's wrong? About a week ago. It was good that I called. Mike had not gone back to his parents' house after all. Sorry for calling so suddenly. It's okay. Come visit us again sometime. Yes, I will, soon. I rushed home and waited for Mike's return. I've been waiting for you. What? Where were you and what were you doing a week ago? I was at my parents' house. That's a lie. I pointed it out immediately. I called your mother. She said you hadn't come over. That's. So, are you saying your mother lied? No. Then what? I was invited out by a friend that day. Honestly, I did not care for his excuses. What mattered more was the money for tuition. Well, there's something else I'm more interested in asking you. What's that? You withdrew money from my account, didn't you? Why would I need to do that? Really? Because it seems like it was withdrawn using this card. I showed Mike a card, and I noticed him immediately looking away. You just looked away. Do you know something about this? No way. I don't know anything about that black card. I thought I had caught him in a trap. Black? This card isn't black. The card I had shown him was actually just a regular point card, not even a bank card. And it was white, not black. If you don't admit it, we can go to the police? Mike started to tell the truth. It seems he didn't spend all of it, but he did use quite a chunk. However, he shouldn't have been able to withdraw it without the password. What about the password? You were checking the account on your phone, right? So you saw it then. Mike nodded deeply. Instead of going to the police, you need to pay back every penny. Okay, I'll pay it back. I promise. By when? By next month. You know what will happen if you break your promise? Mike was quiet, and on the day we promised, the full amount was returned. I thought to myself, wait, where did he get all this money from? Mom. Oh, were you busy? No, it's okay. What's up? Tommy showed me his computer. It displayed an app ranking. What about it? The #1 app here, I made it. It's a study management app. You made it? When? In between studying. My friend told me about app development and programming. And it ended up being really fun. And then this happened. I was astonished that he could accomplish such a thing in his spare time. Well, it's just a byproduct, really. A byproduct? Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's just something on the side. As we approached the last month before the applications, Mike committed an act of negligence that seemed to overshadow everything that was to happen. Hey, what is Dad doing? I feel like we haven't even seen him around lately. Hey. Oops. It was during a meal together. You don't need to be so scared. Mom. I can't keep burdening you two any longer. Does that mean? Maybe it's time for me to make a decision. Tommy and Daisy exchanged glances. If there's anything we can do, just tell us. Yeah. We'll do anything. Thank you. I'm counting on you too. Then Mike appeared. Is it dinner time? You've got something for me, right? The children's expressions stiffened, a stark contrast to their previous demeanor. They were clearly on guard. I suppose so. Then get it ready for me. I prepared Mike's portion. How's school been lately? It's good, I guess. And you, Daisy? I guess it's good for me too. At a glance, it seemed like a normal family conversation. But when was the last time we had one of these? Mike was talking to them with a smile, but the kids responded reluctantly. Here you go. I served the food, interrupting their conversation. The kids had finished eating, so I urged them to go back to their rooms. Hey. Weren't we still talking? What are you trying to do? I just wanted to talk to the kids. It can't just be that. It really is just that. After that, he quietly ate and went to bed. Since then, he's been coming home earlier. But the skepticism remained with everyone but Mike. 2 days later, on my birthday, Mike acted out of character. Happy birthday, he said, handing me a bouquet of yellow roses. Oh, thank you. I also bought a cake. As we were doing this, the kids came back home. Mom, happy birthday. This is from us. The night turned out to be more enjoyable than I had anticipated. But when I woke up the next morning, Mike was gone. He should have been sleeping beside me. I quickly got up and searched the house, but he was nowhere to be found. Just then, Daisy burst through the door. Daisy? I've been thinking about it and finally remembered. About the yellow roses yesterday, they're the worst. The worst? Yellow roses mean jealousy or flickering of love. Why would he be jealous of me? So, where is he? He's gone. We've been abandoned, huh? At that moment, Mary understood they were discarded. Was yesterday like a last supper then? Maybe he was waiting until my birthday. Furthermore, it seemed Mike had been spreading rumors, leading to a call from Mary's workplace accusing her of infidelity. Thankfully, she was able to clarify the misunderstanding. Then, a call came from Mary's mother-in-law. You've done something terrible. What? I heard from Mike you've been seeing another man? That's not true at all. I want nothing to do with you anymore. The call ended abruptly. 2 weeks later, Mike called to discuss divorce among other things. Thanks for everything. Now, it's your turn to strive on. What? His call was incredibly shocking. I've been supporting you guys all this time. It's time for me to be free, right? What are you talking about? His claim was absurd. I worked too, earning more than Mike. I'm tired of you. You used to be young and pretty. Now, you're just used up. What are you saying? And those kids are creepy. I can't tell what they're thinking. Don't speak of our children like that. Are they even mine? Tell me the truth. Mary clenched her fist. So you want to leave, is that it? You're quick. Saves me the trouble. Laughing loudly, Mike ended the call. A few days later, the divorce papers arrived. Did the divorce papers arrive? Yes, just now. Then, make sure you submit them today. I plan to remarry. She's 17 years younger than you and a beautiful woman. Good for you. Aren't you surprised? After everything you've said and done, there's nothing surprising. Well, anyway. See you. The call ended without him mentioning the kids, driving me to fury. But Mike's outrageous actions didn't end there. The children finally spoke up after listening in silence. What did he say? He's leaving me to marry a younger woman. We should have parted ways with such a scumbag a long time ago. We can't just stay silent about this. But your university applications are coming up. This is more important than that. Exactly. I was planning to quickly file for divorce, but the children insisted on waiting for the right moment. Why don't you let us handle this? We won't let you down. Seeing their serious expressions, I agreed. A week later, we received a notification of Mike's remarriage and an invitation to the wedding. I thought to myself, what a terrible man. Then, the children came up with a plan after seeing the invitation. Seriously, he's got some nerve. Are you going, Mom? As if he expects us all to show up at once. It just shows how stupid he really is. Who would want to see that man? I don't even want to see his face. Right? Then, we'll go by ourselves. What? Don't worry, Mom. We'll cause a big scene and avenge you. But that could get you into trouble. It's okay. We have a plan. Seeing them smile so excitedly, I felt a chill. After all, they were twins with IQs of 140. Perhaps Mike had been afraid of that. I made up my mind. I trust you too. Just make sure you hit him where it hurts. Okay. They were perfectly in sync. On the day of the wedding, the twins were full of energy. Daisy, are you ready? Of course. You brought it, right? I've got it right here. What Daisy was holding was a congratulatory gift. A congratulatory gift? Well, it's part of a little surprise. We're off then. Mary struggled with what to say. Have fun then. The children left with smiles. Despite telling them to do as they wished, I couldn't help but worry. About 2 hours later, I received a call from Daisy. Hello? Is something wrong? Nope. But there might be trouble starting from now. What do you mean? I'm switching to video call. Then, the wedding reception appeared on the screen. Mom, can you see? I can see perfectly. Then, watch closely because we're about to make a scene. We should have left such trash long ago. We can't just stay silent about this. But your university applications are coming up. This is more important. Exactly. I was planning to submit the divorce papers immediately but was stopped by the children, insisting the time wasn't right yet. Can you leave it to us? We won't let you regret it. Seeing their determination, Mary agreed. A week later, an announcement of Mike's remarriage and a wedding invitation arrived. I thought to myself, what a terrible man. The children then suggested a plan. He got some nerve. Are you going, Mom? It's like he's inviting trouble by sending this. Just proves he's an idiot. Who would want to see that man's face? I don't. Right? Then we'll go. What? Don't worry, Mom. We'll cause a scene and avenge you. But that could get you into trouble. It's okay. We have a plan. Seeing them excited, I felt uneasy yet intrigued, given their high IQs. Maybe Mike was fearing this. Mary decided to trust them. I believe in you too. Just make sure it's unforgettable. Yeah. On the wedding day, they were full of energy. Daisy, you got everything? Of course. Including that? Daisy had a gift. A gift? It's part of a little surprise. We're off then. I sent them off with a mixed feeling of worry and excitement. Have fun. They left with smiles. Despite supporting them, I couldn't help but worry. A couple of hours later, Daisy called. Hello? What's happening? Actually, trouble might start soon. What do you mean? Switching to video call. The screen showed the wedding reception. Can you see, Mom? I can see perfectly. Then, watch closely because we're about to make a scene. As the bride began to read a letter, the screen displayed Mike's infidelities, shocking everyone. It showed him with several women, none of whom was the bride. Mary was appalled. The video revealed Mike's relationships with 5 women and ended with Tommy and Daisy. Masked, exposing Mike's actions and criminal bigamy. Mary realized why the children had waited to file the divorce paper. The wedding turned chaotic, with the bride attacking Mike. Time for the final act. Approaching Mike, they confronted him. Is this your doing? What's there to be mad about now? It's all your own doing. Mom's watching too. Any last words? Mary. No need to say anything more. Just hearing my name from you disgusts me. You heard her. Let's go. We're satisfied. They left, leaving Mike to face the consequences. The next day, Mike returned with the gift, still in shock from the events. Yeah, you saw it, huh? What was that all about? It was a letter with photos and contact details of his affairs. You really did it this time. Because of you, I got kicked out of the house. And you're upset about it? You were the one spreading rumors at work, remember? Though, it was all in vain. So, why are you here? We're still married, aren't we? You said so yourself yesterday. Oh, that? It was just to set you up. Mike seemed to think the divorce paper hadn't been filed yet. You're a bit late. I've already filed it. But don't worry, I'll be taking the alimony. What? Don't joke with me. Daisy, who had been quiet, spoke up. The joke's on you. You're here because you got sued by your new partner, aren't you? Mike fell silent, hit by the truth. And don't forget, you're a criminal. That's right. If you don't want to get caught, you better leave now. Damn you, remember this. I'd rather forget. After that, Mike left and was never seen again. He refused to pay alimony and fled. However, he was found penniless in a park by the police and was returned to his new spouse. His troubles were far from over. That's just sad. Well, he ran away after all that. It's expected. We never had a good father to begin with. Now, our family of 3 lives happily together. Both children passed their admission and started their new journey as university students. All I have to do is watch over them as they continue to grow.